Hey, it's Weed. Here talking about loaded carries and some of the techniques that are involved with that. So, one of your required exercises for all of your cycles is going to be the loaded carries. So let's go over the cues. So it's very important to remember these. When we do all of our activities, this is the foundation. So the first one is going to be chest out, so that when we stand, we're going to stand tall, have our chest out. The next one is shoulders back. So we're going to start to activate your upper back musculature, and then we're going to drive our pits down, our shoulders down, our pits to our hips. So it's chest out, shoulders back, pits to hips, and we're going to drive that down. So we're going to go through some different types of loaded carries. You get to choose any one that you desire to do. Remember, the most important thing is safety. If you have some sort of physical limitation, make sure that you email your professor and let them know what that is so that we can make accommodations. And remember, you can't go wrong with strong. So the first one that I'm going to be talking about is called the farmer's walk. So back in the old days, we did manual labor. We have a sedentary society now, so we have to make up these fake things in the fitness center or the weight room to do that. So a loaded carry farmer's walk, you want to write the specific name down or record that, is going to have equally weighted weights in both of your hands. So I'm going to demonstrate with the kettlebells, which are behind me. There's nothing magical about kettlebells. We have some dumbbells over here, and I also have a trap bar back here, which is only for the farmer's walk. So I'm going to demonstrate. I'm going to safely unrack the weight. So I have both of my hands, chest out, shoulders back, pits to hips, and I have a neutral spine, which is something that I forgot to mention. So I'm going to keep my head in a neutral position, eyes straight forward, and I'm going to take these for a walk. Now I want to walk to a point and then return, and then I'm going to re-rack these correctly the way it is. So that would be one set of 35, and there's a video about how to fill out your training log, or one set of 70. It doesn't matter how you record that weight, so it's sets and resistance for loaded carries. So if you write down one set of 70, make sure the next time you go to the gym you don't grab the 70s, because that's going to be a different experience for you. So I got over here some dumbbells. So if your gym or wherever you're working does not have kettlebells, you can use dumbbells. So this would be chest out, shoulders back, pits to hips, and I'm going to take them for a walk. If I'm going to transition with a corner, I want to be careful that I have the weights under control, turn, and then I'm going to bring them back. And more than likely, we want to walk farther than I am currently walking. And again, good mechanics set those down. If you feel like you are losing your grip on those because you're going heavy, which is one of the things that we're trying to do eventually, we want to set those down before we drop them on our feet. The last one, and we can only use this for the farmer's walk, this is called a trap bar. This is the easiest way to get big weights, but it's also the most dangerous because if I drop this while I'm walking, it's going to be problematic for your lower leg. So what you do, you have to step inside, hinge down, and again, safety is important. I'm going to pick this up, chest out, shoulders back, pits to hips, and I'm going to maintain a good grip on the trap bar, walk to wherever my point is, and then I'm going to return that and set that down gently and lovingly. Step out. So again, if you're going to drop that, come to a complete stop and then drop that. Don't try to hold on for the longest time and then be in this position and drop this. Look, imagine what that's going to do to the back leg when you drop that. That's going to be bad news. So that's called the farmer's walk. The next one is single-sided, and this is called a suitcase or luggage walk. So again, what I'm going to do, grab a kettlebell or dumbbell or whatever weight that is, paint can, chest out, shoulders back, pits to hips. Notice I am straight across my chest here. I don't want to be hinged over to the side. I'm going to be nice and tall, and I'm going to walk to a point. And for this one, whatever point we get to, we stop, turn around, switch hands, and then return. And so recording would be the exact same way. So that is a suitcase carry or a luggage walk. You're going to find that it's easier to do a farmer's walk than a suitcase carry because two is easier than one. Again, safety is important. The next one is called a rack walk. We're going to go lower weight on this. So a rack walk is going to be where I take a kettlebell, and kettlebells are best for this because I'm going to put this in this position. Notice my wrist is straight, like I am punching someone, but I'm not advocating violence. And I'm going to keep this away from my body right here. I'm not going to have it tucked in like that. So chest out, shoulders back, pits to hips. And I'm going to walk this. And generally somewhere between 30 and 40 feet one direction. And then I'm going to switch to the other side. Keep this all in one plane right here. And then walk it back. I can also double rack walk this. So this would be a rack walk, but it's double. So two at the same time. So I walk down, turn around gently and lovingly, and come on back. If you want another challenge and you have decent shoulder mobility, you can do what's called a seesaw walk, which is where I walk from the rack walk, press overhead one at a time. Turn around, and again, maintaining good posture, chest out, shoulders back, hips to hips. And then I can return. If I want an additional challenge, I can do a rack walk, bell up. So this is going to be a rack walk, bell up. And this is much more challenging. I am expending a lot of energy right now trying to have this kettlebell stay upright. And then control it on the return. So that was your suitcase carry, rack walk, double rack walk, and then seesaw walk. The next one is called a waiter walk, which is I'm going to press right overhead. And if you notice how I came straight up in a single plane. I'm going to press that over and then pack my lat, bring that down. One of the things that you can do is kind of turn your head to the side, and it doesn't matter where your hand position is as long as it's comfortable. And then you walk. This is going to be much lower weight for that distance that you've determined, and then switch. And again, notice I'm bringing it up in one plane, and then return, and when I come to a stop, I bring that down. The last one, besides some combinations, is called BFR, where you're going to hold this out, and you walk, and again, chest out, shoulders back, pits to hips. This is very challenging. Notice this is not a big weight. And then bring that down. So in terms of combination, what you can do, this would be a waiter suitcase. So we want to go lighter on the waiter walk, heavier on the down weight, the suitcase. So I walk over here, and you can feel this across your core. Bring this down in control position, set it down, turn around, and I have opposition. So I'm getting both sides with the waiter and both sides with the suitcase. I could also go rack, suitcase, and you can figure out which one needs to be heavier and which one needs to be lighter. And throughout, we want to control our breath and maintain good breathing mechanics. So there are the different loaded carries. Make sure that you get one of those done each time that you are supposed to train. Be safe, know your limitations, but also challenge yourself. If it's easy, you can walk back and forth and not even a challenge, add a little bit of weight. And it's okay to set them down early because we're working. So distance, we're looking probably 40 feet one way. So if you're doing a farmer's walk, that would be 80 feet total. If it's a suitcase, so you're going to go one side for 40 feet, turn around, and bring it back. So we don't want to increase the distance, we want to increase the weight eventually. So move well, move often.